The first stage of any meditation in the group is that you, deep inside yourself, to yourself, declare that you are going to be achieving communion with God inside outside. There are two yous. So one you is the you that you know, and the other you is the potential you deep inside yourself. And the you that you know has got a name, face, a body, and the body has got parents, and a lot of different things have happened to your body. And you think that all these things that have happened to the body, your life, has got a particular value to it. So to get to the deeper part of you, so there are two yous. One you is the deep inside you, the sleeping you, the golden light inside you. And the other you is the you that you think you know, the you which has got a name, face, and a life story, basically. And each one of you thinks that whatever is happening, has happened, will happen in your life is very important. And so our stress and everything is always built around things that are happening in our life with our body. And it's the same for everyone. I'm alone right now in Montreal, but I can also call it that I'm free in Montreal. And everything that has happened is like a dream. Maybe it happened, and maybe it is just some cells in my mind which hold some memory, and the memory can be wrong or right. And memory can change. I can drink 100 grams and say, oh, it was so good. And I can drink 200 grams and say, no, it wasn't so good. So memory can change. So whatever has happened in the mind in the past is just some pictures in our brain cells. So release those pictures so that we are not prisoners of whatever has happened, which is conditioning and keeping us as a prisoner. Whatever has happened has got a judgment to it. It was good, it was bad, it was bad, it was good, whatever. And then these judgments keep us, our own judgments keep us a prisoner. And then the true you, which is the deep inside us, the golden light of the heart, once we have judgments, this is good, this is bad. So if we make a judgment about something, this is good, this is bad, we automatically want more of what is good, and we want to avoid whatever we are considering is bad. So it leads to desires, and desires are never going to be fulfilled, no matter whether you are a billionaire, trillionaire, zillionaire, or nowhere, nothing. Desires are never ever met. Maybe one in 100, if not one in 1,000. So desires are endless, and non-fulfillment of desires is the cause of sadness. And because desires are endless, so grief is sadness, is endless. That's Buddha's basic tenet. And Buddhism picked up from that, from this very core beginning, core understanding that desires are endless. Non-fulfillment of desires is grief. So grief is endless till you take up the path of Buddha. So that's the Buddhist. But the answer is that no matter what sort of a body you have, what sort of a name you have, what sort of a face you have, we have deep inside ourselves a golden light. And this golden light has got magical powers. As long as this golden light is dormant, it is covered with our judgments, likes, dislikes, and then the pain of those dislikes and dislikes not being fulfilled, the mind becomes heavy and the heart has got then a stopper on it. The heart, if your head is heavy with thoughts, how can the heart be open? The heart and the head, they are correlated to each other. Your head has got joyous thoughts, the heart will open, and vice versa. Your heart is in agony, something happened, the person left, didn't leave, person, whatever. The mind is also affected because the heart has got emotions. We see something, a thought comes up, I want or I don't want. We see something, a thought comes up in the head. This thought creates a desire in our heart, and emotions are even invoked in our heart. Emotions are triggered. Good, bad, joy, disgust, love, everything is triggered. It's the seeing invokes a thought, the thought invokes an emotion. Emotions go through waves through our bodies, making us feel like a yo-yo. And anything from outside of us, if it's a chocolate, if it's a sex, if it's relationship, it's money, whatever, if it's drink, whatever is from outside bringing joy, happiness in short, not joy. From outside, whatever comes will also leave. From whatever, if the source of our joy or happiness is from the outside world, it will come and go as a wave. So, to go beyond joy of happiness from external things, which sometimes invoke good emotions, sometimes not good, but let's say heavy emotions, light emotions, all this keep us prisoners because we function in a body which is constantly seeing something, constantly judgments are being made. This is good, I want this, I don't want this. So we see something, we make it a judgment of it, this is good or bad, and things can change. Things can change. If you take the French, like what they like foie de gras or something. It is liver of ducks. That's like, you go to India someplace like and you say this is a French cuisine and this is exquisite and this is the liver of some of the birds that fly in the marshlands over out here and kings like it, etc. Probably no one will appreciate it or will consider, oh, it's too, like, and similarly you can take things from India over there or something, and people, if you're not able to relate to it, most of the time people fall in love with things which are deficient, like, so. Or you take caviar from these things are acquired taste, like before they found out that the caviar is such a delicacy, the fishermen used to throw it away in the night till the 90s. From other cultures, not the Russian culture or not the French culture, they would throw away the caviar. especially the red ones, etc. They knew that black has got some price to it. So different cultures, etc. These things are not objective. What I'm trying to say is that we see things, we judge it based on our cultural background, etc. Like in China, in ancient China, if you would show small women's foot, people would go into joy, pleasure, whatever. For them, it was the end. Anywhere else on you go with a small foot, probably not much of a reaction, probably not much of a reaction. But in China, it was the thing, and they would like torture the small girls, baby. And I have two daughters. I wouldn't want like, but they would torture. They would make them ensure, and it was also torture born out of love. The parents, they wanted their girls to be married off. So they would try to ensure that they had small. So what we like, what we don't like is very much a subjective choice. Different people like different things. So we see something, we operate through a body. The body has got eyes. We see something, we like it, dislike it based upon our background, our own personal prejudices, etc. And then we either want to, if we think that it's good or bad, we want either to have that experience or avoid it, leading to different emotions in the heart. So see something, thought over our head, judgment in the head, creating emotions in our heart, making us prisoners of these emotions which we like or dislike. And then the whole life we are like yo-yos. Something from the outside world gives us joy or doesn't give us joy, and we are forever in this world of up and down. So we have no stability. When we come for meditation, the intent is to be free of this yo-yo existence and to invoke the magic. The magic is not in your body. The magic is in our golden hearts. But till that time we are going to be functioning with our eyes, then we are taking the external world as a biological, as a physical world. We see others as biological entities with this person, this age, this name, this face. We see everyone with these three factors: name, age, sort of, and face or form. And we categorize, and we may like the other person, we may not like the other person, may remind us of our own parents, which may be a good thing, which may be a bad thing. Who cares? All these things are from the past. So all these judgments are happening even automatically in our lives. And we are prisoners of these emotions, which immediately we see, thought comes up, judgment is there, it goes to our heart, emotion is invoked, and then we are a prisoner of this emotion. Whether we want it or we want to avoid it, we are always yo-yo. Up and down, up and down. And anything which gives us joy from the outside world has got a side effect. So it will come and then it will go. Anything that, when I got the job in Montreal, I was so happy. And then when I discovered it, then I wasn't so happy. So anything that gives us joy from the outside is guaranteed. If you really, oh, your child is giving you so much amount of happiness, then something the child will do later on that will balance of that happiness. If you think, oh, my husband or my wife is giving me so much amount of pleasure, then something will happen that will balance of that external source of joy, so that it all balances out in the end if you manage things. So to go beyond this yo-yo existence, you can uncover the magic inside yourself. This lesson was about magic, about how to scan and how to be able to open your third eye and understand others. As long as you see others as others, no magic. Some of the people want, for various reasons, the world is a very freaky place nowadays. There are people who are in jail for heinous crimes, murderers, etc., but they are considered to be mini celebrities. The number of women willing to marry them is huge. There is a murder called Luca or something like Magnota or something like that in Montreal prison. He gets around 950 like letters each day as a celebrity serial killer. So the world is slightly freakish nowadays because he's a celebrity. People are lined up to, and they would gladly marry him. All the serial killers that are famous, you will be you might be interested to know or not know what, but have got some have even married in the jail because people are desperate for attention, whatever, or people feel that they can. We are not getting into that. But the point is that the world is right now a tad different. It's slightly different. It doesn't have the logical rules right now. So more and more, because people are functioning at a level of how they see themselves, they see others. If you see yourself as a biological person with a name, your name is this, and this is what had happened. Sometimes when I call, people will say, I am this. And from the moment from the tone of the eye, you can make out how full the person is of themselves. And the more full you are of yourself, no magic is happening, baby. You can have all the internet is full of so many techniques to open the third eye, fourth eye, fifth eye, seven chakra, eight chakra, different things, and there are like Jane Marple. She used to be the old detective like ladies on teaching people how to open or how to communicate with spirits and etc. And people pay $2,000, $3,000 and in these classes, and these old ladies are making money. They look like small time witches, but they're making money, and they seem to be happy, and it's the people's fault. If you really want to be talking with the spirits, just say so. Tell to the universe, I want to be speaking with the dead people. They will come flooding, and you won't be able to sleep, and you will have nightmares. You don't need to pay $2,000, $3,000 to some old lady if you want to make your life miserable. It's your prerogative. Just because the movie Sixth Sense was shot, just because Hollywood has made a movie out of it, suddenly dead people are romanticized. And people want to, I want to be like that boy. Did you really see the movie? It was a horror movie. But people are like that. Some people want to marry like serial killers, and some people want to make. I want to be paying 2, 3 thousand, and then I'll have this art of talking with dead people. And people won't talk in their family, including people like me. But dead people, yes, I want to talk with them. And the thing with the dead people, etc., is I'm taking you down a path where you realize what a siddhi is. Siddhi is powers. Meditation can take you to powers, but if you are not mindful and you are so full of yourself, I want this power to be self-ingraded, then I'll look cool or good, or and hopefully then I'll start speaking with the dead, and then someday my role will be played by Julia Robert or whoever is, and someone will make a movie about me, about this man or woman who talked with the dead people. It would be a horror movie. You don't need to do anything if you want to talk with the dead. You take even a bottle of, let's say, any spirit, go to any cemetery, leave it by any grave, hopefully of a person who used to drink. After 10 minutes, You shouldn't, but if you're so full into it, after 10 minutes of offering it to the dead, take a sip. First of all, you won't want to be taking that sip. You'll feel something wrong with it. But if you're like one of those people who are paying others to cause yourself pain, etc., and different things are happening. Like people pay to get pain. Something, almost, maybe it was old, maybe new, but it seems to be the in thing nowadays. And you drink that, it, I guarantee that the taste will be less. Guarantee. You take a bottle of whiskey, take it to the grave of someone who used to drink. Leave the bottle for 10 minutes. And if you want, after offering, you can talk with that dead person. Now, here is the thing that the dead people also have got personalities. Just like people can be shitty, dead people can be 10 times more shitty. And you think, oh, and I have met some people who are into this, who are looking for a superpower and then engage themselves with dead people, etc. And you can make even some money. You can have a dead people talk and you can find out about the, okay, I'm looking into a crystal ball and this will tell me about you and etc. And dead people will help you. But they will also be in it with a factor. What's in it for me? So you'll have to pay them, usually with some sort of a weight sexual exercise. They will take over and imbibe that. So it's sort of you can make money. Like you can declare, I am a like um, um, magical practitioner, or I am a, like my third or fifth eye is open and now I can see, and you can invite people. You can invite people and do tarot cards. You can do this card, that card. It will work, especially if you get engaged with dead people. They'll help you, but they will also take a payment. So what is a dead person? Someone who has let go of his body, that's all. They still have the personality. So better not engage with them. If you don't engage with them, they cannot engage with you, because you are a mother. Unless and until you entangle yourself, you invite, nothing in the universe can come between you and fulfillment of your obligation to the universe for which you were born. Nothing, not even God, can come between you and the full. No ghost, no nothing, no dead people, no life, nothing can come between you and your fulfillment of your mission on the planet. So someone is already asking, how do you receive specific message about people in the group? Open your heart. Open your heart. The heart has got all the answers. But till that time, you're going to be operating, my name is this, my age is this is my body. Then you have already reduced yourself to a biological level. And biological level is what? You have become an animal with some thoughts. So how can an animal do anything magic? Nothing. Then you need the techniques and you need dead people and you can this and you can, and you will be end up scammed. But if you want powers, they come automatically when you go towards the infinity of love, also known as God. Automatically. Because your head is having thoughts, your heart is closed. When you let go of these thoughts, which keep your prisoner, these heavy thoughts, I want this, I want that. Oh, why do you want to be talking with the dead people? And why do you want these powers? The best power is to be you. You have a body and you have a power to open your heart. That's the first and the foremost, the single most underlying power. Once your heart is open, there's nothing heavy in the head. I want this, I want that. Once your heart is open, you can reach out and find anything about anyone, provided the other person agrees. That is, you cannot find out about the other person if the other person says, I don't trust you. I see you as just a person. Why do you want to be getting inside my head? It's not allowed. But connectivity of the hearts is allowed. Heads, the thoughts in our heads, are our own private hell or heaven. And nothing is allowed to come over there usually. But the heart is full of love and connection of hearts, along with, if that also works out, the connection of bodies, then that's what this great sex is about. That's why most people think that they came on the planet. So the heart opening is where the magic is. To get to the root of superpowers of scanning and finding out about others, the trick is to open your heart unconditionally. And to open your heart, I have these symbols behind him. So when we focus on these symbols, in reality, everything is a symbol of God. Chocolate and shit and non-shit and good things and bad things, everything is created by the same creator. So you can see God even in shit. No, this like these meditation classes, they are somewhat extreme. My job is to wake you up. If you are not disturbed, then how are you going to wake up? But we can't focus on those things. If you are really advanced, you can. I'll grant you that also. You can see someone in a washroom and see God and be inspired. But till you get to that stage, we'll go with the standard. The standard means that you and me have had many lives. We have had many religions. And even in this body that we inhabit, we had parents and ancestors. Some belong to Hindu, some Jewish, some Christian. We live in a Christian society. Buddhist, Islamic, and any other religion that you might. So the religious symbols, because some part of humanity believes in them, and we are all connected, these symbols have a special extra power. Think of it like that. And then in our previous lives, we have had different religions, so that also comes into focus. So these symbols, when we see a symbol, let's see, why do people watch porn? It's digital screen. Nothing is really happening to your body, because when you see, the same adrenaline and all those things start to happen in your body. That's why porn is a $60 billion industry. Hollywood is a $10 billion. So 6 times more powerful. Because when you are watching a movie, you never know, it can be a comedy, it can be a horror, and you are going to be living that all that comedy and horror, etc. But you know it's a movie, etc. It doesn't invoke the same sense of identity unless it's really good. Then you start crying, etc. You identify with the life of this guy, etc. And oh, he was misunderstood. I am also misunderstood. You see the Passion of Christ or any movie, they are all the same. The hero suffers, wins over something, loses something, then in the end he gets the girl or he gets whatever he meant to be, and that's all. So you, if you identify with some of the, you start identifying and you start living those moments. But porn, you don't really even have to figure out a lot. You are already like identified with that by your wish. So when you are watching, your mind is taking those forms. Similarly, when you focus in the center of the forehead, the center of intuition, into these forms of God, and then underline it, enhance it with the vibration of Om, Amin, Allah, ringing in your head, your consciousness takes the form of these symbols, taking the form of the symbols of the divine God, also unconditional love, will activate the same attributes of love in your head. The same divine light, when it releases the golden light in your intellect, this is slightly different. Then all the gray clouds, I want this, I didn't get this, I'm not respected, I'm not loved, all those thoughts disappear because you are focusing in the symbol of unconditional love. The moment your head doesn't have anything, your natural sexual energy from down is now getting into your heart. Instead of going horizontal, it's going vertical. Your heart is opening like a lotus. When your heart is open, then with the permission of whoever else is with you, you can connect. Now comes the second part. Your hearts are open. You connect. The other person trusts you. Okay, he sees that this person is not operating now as a at a level of body, mind, intellect. What is body? Comes and goes. Your car, basically. What is mind? The driver of the car. What is intellect? Your steering wheel, because your intellect is basically hard coded on the way that you go left or right. You might even call it as the steering wheel, but it's also the road. You have to follow the way that you think is right or wrong. But the heart behind all this is the passenger, safe and sound, just watching the scenery, how the car is traveling. Behind the body, which comes and goes. Behind the mind, which is the chauffeur. Behind the intellect, which is just a good or bad judgment call. And that also can change, is the true you, the shining golden light. Now, this golden light, when it reaches out to the other golden light, as a heart light to another heart light, and you have full empathy, because that's what the heart's main feature is. It empathizes and sympathizes. Then you can find out, but not at a level, oh, I want to find out your hidden secrets now. No, you have to be sharing. Your heart is open. You also have to be able to share without judgment. Because if you have a judgment, then the mind is working, your heart is going to be closed. You can't really reach out. So from one golden heart to another golden heart, you can do a scan. And before that, you can ask the universe, this golden heart to that golden heart, what is it that this person with this golden heart needs to be hearing? May I, the true you, the golden light, that's what you have to declare. May I, the true golden light, be an instrument of angels, of golden light, in communicating, in telling to the other person something that the other person is asking for from the universe clarity about. So your golden heart is just not as yet sufficient. The other golden heart has need to be asking the universe, oh God, give me this clarity regarding my job, relationship, this, that, etc. What should I do this? And then, because the universe is very, very, very giving, the other heart has asked for some clarity. Your heart, body, mind, intellect is all vanished out. Your heart at the service of the universe will ex promptu tell the other one what the other person needs to be hearing for their spiritual evolution. It won't be a lottery ticket because lottery is not a spiritual game. In fact, it will defeat. So your heart, first we focus on the symbol of God, removing the grayness of the thoughts from the head. Once the head, the universe, our universe, the whole infinity of the universe is processed where? Pineal gland is lighted up. Then the heart opens, unfolds. When the heart unfolds, now you can reach out to anyone else who trusts you, and you can ask the universe, how can I serve this other person, this other golden heart? What clarity has this golden heart asked for, requested, needs? And it happens in a second. You don't, it's not like I'm just explaining step by step. And then whatever at a level of golden heart, without your thinking, though, I want to be creating an impression, I want this, I want that. Your heart is serving the universe by communicating whatever the other heart has asked clarity about. And then the magic will happen. Because the magic of your golden heart is going to be restricted to your universe. But when it connects with other persons, other golden hearts, permission, then the magic happens exponentially. So that's the basic technique. So we are going to be right now the intent is to achieve communion with God, opening hearts, connecting with other hearts in a way that we can serve the universe by serving the other golden heart with whatever clarity the other person or the person is just. What is the other person? The other person is just a shell of a body with a particular way of thinking called, and a stream of thoughts called mind, and this particular way of thinking is called intellect. So around a golden heart. So you see the other person as a golden light inside a body with a particular mind and intellect, which are going to be dormant because the heart is right now the priority. So when you connect at that level, when you see the other person, disregarding the body, disregarding the mind, disregarding the intellect, but from your golden heart, which is the third eye is really the heart because that sees unconditionally with it. You reach out and contact and connect, then the two of you can have magic within yourselves. So we are starting the exercise focusing in the center of the forehead. We are going to go with Om. You can go with any symbol, but the group is going with Om largely. So focus over out here in the center of the forehead, but somewhat below, where the eyebrows should be meeting. Ajna chakra it's called. And feel Om is the conditional name for the unconditional infinity of love that we know as God or divine creator. So, feel the vibration in the center over out here. And I'm going to be working with each one of you individually. Eyes closed, because as long as your eyes are open, you're going to be seeing the other people as people with lives, with names, with faces. You have to see yourself as a golden heart without a name, without a shape, without a form, without a life story. And you have to see the others similarly. Oh, I'll tell your name, but you'll focus on your mind, and then with the light of your self-realization, you will let your name, face, life story be released so that your heart opens up fully. And the whole group is going to be working with everyone else. Gene, Om, going from your forehead to your pineal gland, exploding there, opening your heart. Oh, ma explosion in the pineal gland, and then total silence of unfolding heart energy in the heart. So it's going like a triangle, a holy triangle. Om, explosion of silence in your heart. Om, Robin. Om, Chi. Om, Ha. Om, Star. Om, Irina. Om, Galia. O, vdох через трите глаз в центрелва. М, pineal gland, в центре черепа. Тишина, взрыв ясности и открытое сердце, как лотос в сердце. Om, а потом способность увидеть всеки и всего только как золото. Себе видит как золотой лотос, и всех видит как золотой лотос. Минуя форма, имя, возраст, жизнь, все. Только увидеть себя как золотой, энергия в сердце, других тоже. See yourself as a golden lotus, almost lotus form in the heart, and see others also. Vera, Om, пускается, Om, dropping down to your heart, silence, Om, Preeti, O in the center of the forehead, Om, pineal gland, dropping to the heart and exploding, Om, Catherine, Om, Rita, Om, Marina, Om, Julia, Om, explosion in the heart, взрыв ясности, сердце невагала. Aksana, oh, going deep inside your head. Ma, pineal gland, and then dropping. Spusk, резкий. Создается треугольник. Om, сердце взрыв золотой ясности и увидит себя как золотую энергию, и увидит всех таким образом. И это третий глаз интуиция. This is the third eye of intuition. You see the whole world and you see yourself as pure, unconditional, golden light of love. Om, Patricia. Om, Neelam. Natasha. Om Zhenya. Om Zarina. Om Lila. Om Rose. Om Osho. Om Lila. Om whoever is the last one. Om Lora. Om. Now Om in your heart. So it's going to be Anabudit Atkrit Zakrit. Atkrit Zakrit sa Omum. Sersa Budit. Ni fizически, ни биологически сердце, а сердечная энергия будет sa Omum. Atkrit Zakrit. Как сияющая лампа. Like a lamp. On off. Om. Contracting and expanding. Oh, expanding. Ma contracting and giving off energy. Om. Om. Now, Catherine is going to be working with Chi and Chi is going to be working with Catherine. You don't have to say anything. You just let yourself be scanned by the golden hearted other entity. The other entity has got a name, face, yes, but these are all attributes of the golden heart. These are all supporting systems of the golden heart. The primary focus is golden heart. In life, you go through meeting people, their name and face and their life is important. Right now, nothing is important except the golden heart, because that's where the magic is. So you see yourself as golden light, you see the other person as golden light, and you let each other reach out and you give to each other clarity silently. In the word of the heart, you don't have to say anything. So Catherine and Chi, exchange your clarity of the golden light flowing from your heart to each other. Om, and everything is happening with the Om underlying everything. Om, your heart is shining. It's a living organ. Everything, your name, life story, style of thinking, intellect, vaši mozgi, vaši переживания, все вот это мысли, все вот это тело, все это система поддержки была для золотого сердечного сияния. Фокусируйте только на золотой. Focusing only on your golden heart and asking the other person in your thoughts, how can I serve you? Как я могу служить тебе? Spasiba za возможность служения. Always saying, how can I serve you? And thank you for letting me serve you. Because in serving, it is self-realization. Only in service to others is self. If the other person doesn't, if the other heart doesn't accept it, you can't serve. If you can't serve, then you are not self-realized. So with gratitude, without any ego, zero ego, only a shining heart. Om. In fact, the connection is so strong that it's one heart. Такой сильный связь, то у вас уже не два сердца, вы оба имеете одно сердце золотое. Om Catherine and Chi. Om Zhenya and Galia. Om Hal and Jean. Om Julia and Laura. Om Leela and Leena. Om Marina and Natasha. Om Neelam and Osho. Om Aksana and Preeti. Om Patricia and Rita. Om Robin and Rose. Om Stas and Vera. Om Zarina and Irina. And I'm working with all of you. Oh, oh. No judgment, no thoughts. Your question is, how can I serve you? And thank you for letting me serve you. And when you send rays from your heart, common heart, now both of you have got one heart. You make that heart whole so that when the other person wakes up from the meditation of love, the other person's personality, which is all these cracks and thoughts and heavy this, etc., all these doubts, whether there is a God, no, there is no God, and the most fundamental, I am not loved enough. All those stupid questions are resolved. Om. Om. Ma. Oh. Ma. Whoever is Leela, my Didi, she has to let go of whatever happened 2 years, 2 years and 1 month back. There is a break. There's a break in relationship. And 4.5 years, there is an investment. All the stress from the past is released. Om. Whoever is Osho has to release all the stress which still is there from the 27th year of life. Oh, oh. Keep on serving the other person and yourself and wishing. And now you can get into visualizing. You can visualize that the other person, no matter whether you know what they look like, you don't know, you see that the other person's personality, the total of the intellect, emotions, and the mind, the way the mind runs basically, is improved, and the other person can, with a golden smiling heart, smile at all the things that can happen on the planet to that person, including death of the body, because death of the body is tragedy. But the biggest tragedy is if you live and you do not discover your common golden heart. Then it's a tragedy to die. Once you have discovered the common golden heart, even after the physical body dies, the common golden heart is magic. It continues. In you, in your children, in the society, in the world, it will continue. So focus only on that, that the common golden heart is always smiling, always shining, no matter what happens on the planet. Oh, 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 oh. You can also ask clarity about your own life. What are the thoughts that you have to change in your own personality so that from now on you live on this planet without artificial fear, without all these judgments on others and on yourself, so that no matter what you bless yourself, that no matter what happens, you maintain your common golden heart shining and active. You do not let your personality with the strange way of your thinking, which leads to heavy thoughts in the head. They will come and go, but see them as clouds. As long as your heart is shining with Om, you will manage to fulfill your mission on the planet of serving others. Bless yourself with self realization of identifying with the common golden heart. You deprioritize and de-identify yourself. Oh, my name is this, my body is this, I have this life, it's good, it's bad. All these things are of no importance. The only importance is that you have a golden heart, you are blessed with a golden heart, and you can serve by sending love to others. Even if you are dying, you can send love to others. Bless yourself with that. No matter what happens on the planet, you can bless others from the common golden heart. Oh, oh, oh. You are blessing yourself. The whole group has now one common heart. Blessing Laura. She blesses herself and the group. Oh, Jean. Oh, Robin. Oh, G. Oh. Bless yourself. That's the strongest blessing. Bless yourself in the future, past, present. Becoming unmindful of whatever happens to your body, mind, and intellect, focusing only on the common golden heart, knowing that it is an eternal shining light. Om Chi. Om Ha. You can bless yourself with the power to connect with another golden heart and see other people also as common golden hearts. But take permission always from them before scanning them. Om stars. Om Mirina. Om Galia. Om Vera. Om Preeti. Om Katya. Om Rita. Om Marina. Om Julia. Om Oksana. Om Patricia. Om Neelam. Om Natasha. Om Zhenya. Om Leela. Om Ru. Om Osho. Om Lina. Om Zarina. Om. Om. Breathe in and out with Om, focusing on the shining heart. Om. Om. Feel yourself that you are an ocean of love. On the surface, you are a wave, but deep inside, you are an ocean of pure Om, vibration of unconditional love. A wave of energy does not have any heavy thing. It's just light going up and down, a vibration. Oh, oh. Learn slowly to focus on your golden heart. See the other person that you want to serve as a golden heart. Ask what clarity you can provide and serve the other person with. And without any judgment, whatever you impart to the other person, that will be perfect. Oh. You can work with your partner for a couple of more minutes just to practice. And in life, if you find someone who is willing to work with you as a partner, or someone who is willing to trust you, that's the biggest thing. It's not scanning, it's not working with your heart, the other person to trust you, because most people nowadays have don't even see themselves as golden hearts. They see themselves just as people with this life story, and this has happened and that has happened, and they are all just in the mind, a lot of judgments. So that is the difficult part about this thing. Scanning and working with the golden heart is the easy part. Getting the trust of the other person so that they are finally able to open their heart and trust you to connect with them, that's challenging, but ask the universe that you want to serve as a golden heart, and the angels will help you. The angels will help you. Do it unconditionally. Say to the universe that you want to unconditionally serve the universe. You want to help the angels in their job. You want to be an angel of love, light, and laughter, and the universe will accept you. Oh, oh. But becoming an angel with a golden heart doesn't mean that your life becomes easier. Avoid that. That's an illusion. Okay, because just like making billions of dollars doesn't mean that your children will listen to you, or your partner is going to be respecting you more, or what. The same way, spiritual wealth will give you the ability to manage your life with laughter. It will not make sure that your life will be having moments when you can laugh. You will use your willpower, your faith, and so that it is an interesting life. If you can see God and then believe in God, what's the point? There's no challenge. So we came to this life for challenge. With a golden heart, be able to manage all the situations in your life with a life laughing heart, knowing that whatever is happening on the planet, whatever is happening with your life is changing. So don't take it too seriously. Don't take your name, don't take your face, don't take your body, don't take the thoughts in your head too seriously. Take only the golden light of your heart with the intent to serve others as seriously. The only thing worth taking serious about. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Good. So if you have any questions, you can ask. It's 10 o'clock over out here. We'll have the tomorrow class at 7 p.m. So till tomorrow, if you have some questions, you can ask me by email, psychicyoga@gmail.com. Okay. All right. Practice the golden heart, focusing over out here, opening your head so that in your head there is no heavy thought, automatically opening your heart with Om and sending love to everything and everyone unconditionally. Seeing others as golden light, seeing yourself as a golden lighted heart, seeing the common golden heart will open abilities in you 100%. 100% it will open your abilities, but you can't own them, and you can't, the moment you say, oh, I can do this and I can do that, then your ego, you're using your golden heart for your ego aggrandizing, your insecurities, etc., and your personality is taking over. And especially if you start rating this, oh, I'll make $20 an hour with this, or $200 an hour with this, I will look important, then it goes, takes a notes down. As long as it is done unconditionally, like an angel, unconditionally, without what's in it for me, it will work. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. And